Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So if you are new here, we talk about all things homesteading, homemaking, and just the journey into living a more slow and simple life. So I'm so glad to have you here with me. Today you are probably watching this on Easter Day, so happy Easter everybody if you're watching it when it comes out. If not, I hope you had a lovely Easter or whatever holiday was most recent for you. But today, in celebration of Easter, I want to decorate some eggs. That might sound kind of funny to some since I don't have any kids yet to decorate eggs with, but it's something I like to do every year just for myself in celebration, and it's a nice decoration, a nice spring decoration that just makes my house that much prettier to me. I like using real things to decorate with and keeping it really seasonal. And you might think, oh, eggs, like real eggs, that'll go bad really quickly. It really doesn't. Even though even the ones you get from the store, which have had to be washed in the protection, it does come off, which it wouldn't if you have your own chickens that lay white eggs. That would last even longer. But even the ones that don't have the protective layer, I don't hard boil them or anything. I just keep them raw, and they last weeks before, like, I throw them out before they start like smelling off and making the house smell bad. So it's a really nice way that I like to decorate. I like to add them to centerpieces on tables and stuff like that. Of course, if you know me, I don't go buy dye at the store. I make a natural dye with foods. So there's all kinds of different foods you can experiment with, and I get into it even more detailed on a blog post I did about this, so I will link that in the description below if you'd like to check out the blog. But I'm just gonna do 3 colors today. I'm gonna use red cabbage to make a very pretty blue. I'm going to use turmeric for a nice bright yellow, and I'm going to use onion peelings for a nice orange color. So that'll be very pretty. I'm excited, and I will show you how to do it. So it is super simple to make homemade dye. I'm gonna chop up this cabbage just into small pieces, and you want to add a tablespoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of vinegar to each of your dyes. Then just fill your pot with water so that it covers everything, and put it on the stove to boil. And there's our dye on the stove with the heat under, and we're just gonna let that get to a boil and then allow it to boil for a good amount of time. So with just these simple 3 ingredients of onion peelings, which almost all of us I would say have, if we eat onions at all, we have onion peelings, we have a red cabbage, and we have turmeric, which is in so many of our spice cabinets, and vinegar we keep on hand, salt we keep on hand, and of course just water. These are very basic ingredients, and with that makes 4 different colors of dye. The onion, like I said, is orange, red cabbage makes blue, the turmeric makes yellow, and if you know how your colors work, which I would figure most of you do, you can mix some of the yellow dye and the blue dye together to make a really pretty green dye as well. So just very basic, simple things can make these 4 dyes, and you can also use this on other projects other than just egg dyeing. The only difference is it would wash out of cloth, I believe, if like you used it on a t-shirt or something, unless you get the right materials. I think it's an aluminum based something to use with natural dyes to make it stay on fabric. I could be wrong. I have not ventured down the world of dyeing fabrics very much yet. Just not enough time yet. I like to always say yet because I want to try everything. but you can use this for all kinds of sorts of projects. And I think it's great, especially if you do have kids to share this with. I feel like it's so much better to learn how to do things with things that are from the natural world, like based in the real world, opposed to just getting the weird dyes that you have to worry about. If you have very young kids, you have to worry about if they touch it, put it in their mouth, stuff, craziness like that. With this, you don't have to worry about it. And it's more, to me, a deeper lesson than just the craft of dyeing an egg, but you're learning so much more than that too. Also, no worries if you don't have white eggs, can't find any, or you just want to use your own chicken's eggs and they're not white either. You can do this with brown eggs too. I have experimented in past years with doing it on brown eggs just to see how it would turn out. And of course, the colors aren't as vibrant, but they are there. So if that's all you have, it's still worth the project. So while that is boiling, I am gonna go tackle the job of cleaning out the car. It is a nicer day. I got the coat on because as much as I want it to be nice and warm, it's still chilly with the wind. I think it's like 48 maybe without wind, and we got a little wind, so it's still chilly. So I'm gonna go tackle that. Got my trash bag in hand, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate that it just needs to be done after winter and all the trash accumulates and it's too cold to bring all your trash in. I'm pretty good about it. My love, bless his heart, is not the best at it, keeping the car clean or taking his trash in as, you know, he uses it. And I can only imagine with little ones how bad it can get. I have seen firsthand in some people's cars. So let's go tackle that. Like, oh, I just want to show, because I don't want anybody to be embarrassed about their car, because look at all just the random bits of trash. And that's after I cleaned out bottled water containers and stuff like that. Oy, oy, oy. So I'd say step one of car cleaning process is pretty much completed, and that is just getting everything out, getting trash in a trash bag. We got about this much trash, which is embarrassing, but real life. And this is kind of crazy as well. This is how much stuff was just in my car. So granted, there's coats, extra coats and mittens and stuff like that in case, you know, a breakdown or whatever, and other stuff like grocery bags I keep in the car. But I also keep like adventure things, like there's some roller skates just in case you need them. There's all kinds of stuff. So we won't put all of this back. It's crazy how much can accumulate if you don't keep up with keeping an area tidy. Step two for car cleaning is vacuum, which luckily my mom's house has outdoor outlet plugins, so I can just do that. Vacuum, wipe down things that need to be wiped down, and take care of all that before we even think about putting anything back in. Alright, let's do this. And I'm doing this after coming back from the rock climbing gym too, so my muscles are sore. So let's get cleaning. Okay, we're back inside, and it is time. It has been about 30 minutes, and that is good. We got our dye, and now we are going to strain it and have them be put in the bowls to cool. So as you can see, they are steaming. So we're gonna let them come to a complete cool down to room temperature before we put our eggs to dye in them. So that also means back out to the car for me with some rags in hand to get that car clean, to try to get some of the mud that's on the inside no longer on the inside, because I don't really want a muddy car. So the car cleaning project is complete, and I'm going to show you. I didn't really get a good before, so you're just going to have to kind of see the after. And I hope this can be inspiring for any cleaning you have to do, but let's take a look. Front all nice and clean, cleaned everything out, have very minimal there. And in the back, I put a nice quilt down over that'll keep that clean, and I organized my things that I want to keep in the car, such as my climbing stuff, hiking stuff. I got some gloves and a jacket in there in case it gets too cold, toilet paper, paper towels. This is a dehumidifier for the car, dog food dish, and then in the back we have a new spring cover there. That's to hook anything if I'm going to put anything on the roof. And then all my reusable bags for grocery shopping. As you can see, I did not deep clean it. There's still dog hair, but we got it nice and clean for the most part, and we can do a deeper clean another day if I so choose. I say that is a job well done, and that only took me maybe an hour. So not too bad for a nice organized car. That makes me feel so happy. I love getting things organized and clean. It just distresses my brain a little bit. I am back inside where it is warm. It was colder than I kind of thought it was even when I was outside, because now once I'm inside I realize how cold my nose and toes are. So but I'm glad I got that done, and our dyes are cooled down, so I don't need to worry about that. So I'm gonna put my egg into the dyes, and if you look on my blog post about dyeing eggs, you can see there's other ways that you can make them really pretty. I like to use pantyhose and flowers that you just cut off the flowers, and I like to wrap, just kind of use it like a stamp and then wrap it in pantyhose and dye it, and they put really pretty designs and kind of pattern on the eggs. I don't have any spare pantyhose. I didn't think to get any, so I'm just gonna dye them just kind of regular colors. But that is okay. They're still going to be very pretty to decorate. And of course, the longer you keep them in the dye, the more vibrant a color it will have. So that is completely up to you what you think you want to do. If you want to do it quicker, have a lighter color, or leave it in longer for a more deep color. So there's our eggs in, and now we are just gonna wait and see how they turn out. I'll put in a little clip probably right here of how they turned out so that you can see what mine turned out like this year. Like I've said a couple times, if you want to see more detailed or read more detailed explanation on how to do this in a different way with, you know, more stuff, you can look at the blog post that I'll have linked. I want to thank you guys for being with me today while I show you how to do a natural egg dye craft and cleaning the car. I hope those things can be inspirational to you. Maybe you are a homeschool mom wanting to look for something cool to do with your kids over Easter. I know a lot of people are on April break. I'm not on April break yet. I work at a school, so that's why I would be on April break. I call it my homestead funding job. April is a great time to get things done, like cleaning and chores that don't get done often enough. I wish you all the luck on your journey in life, and I'm glad I can be here with you to share mine. So thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a great holiday, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.